Welcome back to the channel. This is the IPP Education Hub. If you are struggling with ED and you are considering an IPP implant, or if you are partnering somebody who's going through the IPP process and you have questions about the journey, then you've come to the right place. One of the most common questions that I am asked regarding my IPP is, what is sex like with an inflatable penile prosthesis? And in nearly every single instance, I would say that it is much better, although it certainly had its pain points leading up to me being able to say that. In many cases, your medical professional will give you the green light to start having sex again about 6 weeks after getting an IPP implant. And like many, when you get the green light at that 6-week point, you absolutely want to test it out and try things. And when I did, it certainly was not the most enjoyable experience at that time. In other videos, I've touched on the recovery process and how that took a bit of a time after getting my implant. And to be fair, it wasn't until about the 5-month mark that I really started to say, wow, I can feel much better and I can see how this will benefit me moving forward. As time has progressed, I think that there are two main factors that have made for sex to be more enjoyable. One, the implant itself has become more malleable, which I think is better for my body. And secondly, I believe that my body has become more used to the implant and what I'm going through, and so therefore it's more familiar with what to expect during these moments. So now that I've had my implant for a decent amount of time and I feel much better during sex, here are some of the things that I noticed that have improved during intimate experiences and why I think the IPP has helped improve them. Before getting the IPP, I remember myself kind of always thinking during sexual experiences, am I going to be able to function properly throughout the entirety of this experience? I had dealt with it most of my life to where I knew that no matter how excited I was, no matter how much I was attracted to the other person, no matter how great of a moment we were having, I knew that even if I was able to get things started, that I was likely going to experience some things that made it challenging to continue out the sexual experience. And so being able to have an IPP where I know that no matter what, my IPP is going to stay rigid and allow me to keep an erection throughout, that has annihilated those fears that I had and those concerns of, am I going to be able to perform the entire time? And so now that I don't have to think about that, I get to focus on the experience for itself, and I get to enjoy my time that I'm having and be much more at ease mentally during the experience. And I would say that it's that ease that I then get to share with my partner. And it's no longer a situation where we are both feeling pressure for something to happen or some sort of expectation. I feel like it's in these moments that I've taken the pressure off of the other person, and I've been able to take the power and say, here's what I can do on my side, and here's how we can work together to make it happen. Not only do I feel more confident knowing that the implant will last for the longevity of the intimate experience, but I also feel more confident knowing that I can last longer before climaxing during those experiences as well. Prior to the implant, not only was I worried about being able to keep an erection, but there was this balance of keeping the erection while also wanting to reach a point of climax, while also worrying about the other person. There were so many things going on in my mind. But now that I have an implant, I don't worry about those things. Those things are not at the forefront of my mind, if in my mind at all, and I get to be more focused on the experience itself. Not only does the IPP give me a sense of calmness when I think about the experiences themselves, and I feel like it allows me to last longer, but I can also now have multiple intimate experiences over the course of a day. For many men who are struggling with ED, if you have to take pills or injections, the idea of being able to have multiple intimate experiences over the course of one day or however long a period it might be is sometimes unimaginable, because that's not necessarily the way that medicine works for you. But with an IPP, you can essentially pump up and deflate as often as you need. And so therefore you're ready for multiple times throughout the day. For me, I would say that that has led to more natural and spontaneous sexual experiences that I felt like had been lost in the past when I felt like I needed to plan accordingly, knowing that my body was going to react the way that I was so used to it reacting. To be fair, in the past, I would say that sex sort of used to feel like a challenge that I had to succeed at. But now it's something that I can relax and enjoy and feel calm while experiencing really amazing moments with the other person that I'm with. I would say that that mental freedom has made my experiences 10 times better, if not so much more. It's hard to equate a number to it, but truly it is a night and day difference in terms of how much more enjoyable my intimate experiences are. So if you're wondering what sex is like and whether or not it will feel enjoyable after getting an IPP, I can say that in my case, the answer is absolutely yes. Not only is sex enjoyable thanks to the IPP, what I've experienced is that I can now have a much more calm sense of mind, which allows for me to enjoy the experience so much more. And when I'm enjoying the experience and I'm no longer looking at having to complete something, then instead I can have an intimate experience with another person where we both are feeling like we're having all of our needs met. Now, it's important to keep open communication, especially if it's early on in a relationship, when it comes to having an IPP. I have another video that talks about how you can talk to your partner about your IPP if it's something that's new to them. So be sure to go ahead and check that one out as well. So if you're considering an IPP and you're wondering what sex is going to be like, I hope that this video answered that question. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on those notifications so that you're in the loop every single time we put out a new video here at the IPP Education Hub. As always, thanks for watching, and be kind to yourself and be kind to others.